All right, Coach. First off, congratulations for being here. We'll start off when you're settled with just an opening statement from you on your path here and what you're looking forward to tomorrow.
Thanks. Yeah, we're excited to be back here. Excited for this opportunity again to come back 2 years in a row. It's hard to do. I think internally the expectations were for us to get back here. Externally, I think as well, people I think thought, we could be here again, and to live up to that and get here, it's not easy. So it's a credit to our group, but we're certainly not satisfied for just being here again. And we want to make sure that we're on top of our game starting tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. Again, we'll take questions for the student athletes first. So just raise your hand and we'll get you a mic. We'll start up front with Belle. Please just identify yourself and your affiliation. And if you're asking a question to a player, identify which player you're asking the question to.
Belle Frazen, Boston Hockey Blog. Case, just what's it like for you being part of this after being injured last year, deciding to come back and now getting to practice and playing in Frozen Four?
I mean, it's special. Obviously, you want to be on the ice with your teammates. Unfortunately, last year I didn't have that opportunity. But it was cool seeing it from a different perspective, and then the opportunity to come back and play in one is something I'm super grateful for. Super proud of our team, the way we competed the last couple of weeks, and just excited to get going.
We'll go to Gracie.
Gracie Davenport, Boston Hockey Blog. For Macklin, when deciding to come play college hockey, this is why you come play college. So just what does it mean to be playing in this weekend as a freshman?
Super special. It's a special opportunity for our group, and we're all super excited for this opportunity. Like Coach said here, we're all grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have this opportunity to perform on this stage. But we're not just satisfied to just be here. We wanna do well here, and hopefully we can get it done this weekend.
We'll go right here, and then we'll come to you, Bernie. We got one over here, and then we'll go to you. We'll go here, yeah.
Lane, Joe Smith, The Athletic here. Just what did you learn the most about the experience last year that maybe there's a different feeling among the group or kind of handling the emotions this year?
Yeah, obviously we know what to expect with all the media stuff and, how big the stage really is. And, now, no one's caught off guard by that. But, going off of last year, just being in that situation and, being down goals, Minnesota, just knowing that it's not a great feeling, and we don't want that to happen again. And, I think we got a group here that can find a way to win and, find a way to win different ways. So we're just going to have fun here.
Go, Bernie.
Bernie Corbett, GoTerriers.com. Fooled you, Jay. Men's Health will be here later. Interestingly enough, the 3 student athletes selected all have siblings on the team. I guess you can get the take from each of you, but is that starting to get a little old? Like, why the hell am I playing with my brother? It's been 6 months. I mean, Lane, I know Quinn doesn't even talk to you, so I mean, you probably don't even have to answer this, but just that whole perspective of the kind of the family thing, and it's kind of a family thing for the whole team to have 3 sets of brothers and a little bit of a different dynamic.
Case, why don't you start with that one?
Yeah, obviously I'm super grateful. The age gap between me and Gavin's a little bit bigger, and it's an opportunity that I never thought I'd have, but to be able to have him be part of this team, be part of this group, and experience this opportunity with him is something I'm going to hold with me for the rest of my life. I know my family is as well.
Lane, do you actually talk to Quinn, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I talk to Quinn a little bit, I guess. But, that's like anyone here. Like, our team really is a brotherhood. I come to the rink and, Quinn's my teammate. He's also my brother. But, that's how I feel with everyone. Everyone here is my brother.
Macklin, what do you think, playing with your brother?
Kind of the same thing. Obviously, it's a pretty special opportunity to play with Aiden. Done it for a couple years, but at this stage, it's really special. And, it's fun. But like Lane said, the whole team kind of feels like our brothers now, and we're a super close group, so we're fortunate enough to have that.
Go right behind Bernie.
Yes, hi, Jessica Lapinski from Le Journal de Montréal. My question's for Lane. You were here last year. Obviously, I know you're very happy to be back. This tournament is very special for you, I think. How do you think you've progressed from last year during the whole year? How did you evolve as a player?
Yeah, I think, going off of last year, last year we had a special team, but, I think over the summer, something I want to work on was getting, faster and stronger. And, I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that. And, the team's been growing along with me. So everyone here makes it easy on me.
Right up front.
Jesse Pierce, NHL.com. Macklin, I know obviously your focus this weekend is on this team and this tournament, but how much do you think that this will help buoy kind of your stock heading into the draft this year, and how much in the back of your mind is that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't think I'm very focused on that. We got a job to do this weekend, and it's kind of cliche, but everything else will take care of itself. So we're focused on Thursday, first of all, and playing the best hockey for 60 minutes, and then not looking past that.
We'll go right here.
Sean Davis with USCHO. I guess this is for any of you guys. What's going to be key to shutting down Denver's high-powered offense tomorrow?
I think for us, it's dictating the way we want to play, worrying about ourselves, minimizing our mistakes. It's something that we've been growing as a team over the course of the year. And I think when we're playing our style, we're hard to deal with. We have speed. We have some physicality aspects. We just have to stick to our game and stay patient for a full 60 minutes.
Jess Myers from the Rink Live. Macklin, a lot is made about the fact that you're one of the youngest players in college hockey. Just a year ago at this time, what was the decision process like? What were your options, and what made you choose to go the college route at your age?
Kind of always, or for the last couple of years, I've been thinking more and more about college hockey, and then obviously I went to Chicago and felt like college hockey was the right path for me, just playing against older, more mature, stronger players. I felt like it would help me best just to develop, and obviously we have a great coaching staff here that made it a very easy decision to come here.
Randy Johnson, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Macklin, you showed your creativity on that spinning assist against the Gophers in the regional final. Can you take us through that play and what you saw?
Yeah, you can maybe call it lucky, but no, I just tried to, first of all, I just tried to get in the zone, and I saw someone coming backside, didn't know who, didn't know where, and I just kind of threw it back post, and fortunately enough, it landed on Shane's tape, and he was able to put it in. But yeah, I just tried to do the best, make the best out of a okay situation.
Go out back and then to Bill.
Hey, I'm Mark Kislow of the Denver Gazette. For a couple of Mac's teammates, the focus that he gets, how does that, on the ice, how does that help you guys as a team?
Case, why don't you start with that?
Yeah, he draws a lot of attention. That's for sure. I think for us, the way he works and the way he competes, so he sets up plays and creates time and space for whoever he's on the ice against. Obviously, you see it with his line especially, but like Lane's goal against RIT to get us going in regionals, just finding time and space and be able to create those plays that end up in the back of the net.
Lane.
Yeah, it's pretty special having a player like him on our team. I think, when the other team has to worry about him so much, it definitely creates chances for other guys, and not many guys can contain him, so it's pretty special having him out there when you're out there with him. But yeah, I think he just creates so many chances for everyone else, and it's definitely a really fun playing with him.
Go, Bill.
And for Lane or Case, just what's the message
Just
from the...
identify yourself.
Oh, sorry. Belle Fraser, Boston Hockey Blog. What's the message from the leadership group going into tomorrow, especially for the younger guys that haven't been on the stage before?
I think for us, it's enjoy it. It was good today to get out and practice and kind of take everything in, the experience, the rink, with all the media and everything like that. But tomorrow, it's a business trip. We came here to win hockey games, and it starts tomorrow. And starts from the drop of the puck. There isn't any time to kind of get used to the game. We have to be ready from puck drop, and I think it'll help to have a lot of the experience from last year kind of show through with all the guys.
Up front to Jesse.
Jesse Pierce, NHL.com. Jay, what have you seen from Macklin this year? Do you have to remind yourself that he is just 17 years?
Sticking with the players for now, and then we'll
sorry.
come back to Coach. Don't worry about it.
Never mind. How about boys? What else could you say about Macklin? Maybe a quick switch gears. What can you say some really nice things about Macklin? I know you guys just did, and him as a player, but even or chirp him either way.
Yeah,
whichever's
no,
easier.
I think I'm good, thanks. No, he's a pretty special player. You know, it's really fun playing with him. You know, he makes it really easy for, you know, our guys, for me especially, but just, you know, seeing how hard he works, how hard he competes every shift, you know, when your most skilled player is doing that, it makes, you know, everyone want to do it, and, you know, it's easy to follow and get behind him.
Jess
Myers from the Rink Live again. Every NHL rink is 200 by 85 with a lot of seats around it, but what do you guys thought of this place coming here yesterday and getting a look at XL Energy Center in St. Paul?
Macklin, why don't you start with that one?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a unique rink. Obviously, we played in MSG and the Garden this year, and they're both very, very cool, very unique in their own way. And so it's also, I mean, same ice sheet, same surface, not much different though when the puck drops. So it's definitely a very cool experience and a very cool rink, but it's the same game at the end of the day.
Case, what do you think about the different NHL rinks you've played in?
I mean, this one's cool. I've had the opportunity to play in this rink before, way back. Macklin keeps reminding me of how old I am on a daily basis whenever I say that. But no, this one, it's pretty cool. I mean, the setup's a lot different than a lot of those other rinks, like the Garden, MSG, those types of rinks with the pillars on the corners and stuff like that. But kind of like what Macklin said, when puck drops, you kind of forget about everything, and just focus on the task at hand.
Go to Andrew.
Andrew Mahoney, Boston Globe. Switching gears a little bit, I see Logan and his family here, and there are other team impact members for other teams here as well. Case, just what's it been like to work with him, to have him around the team in the locker room, and how does that change your perspective?
I mean, it's huge for us having him around. He's always got a smile on his face, always motivating us, and I think that perspective of sometimes things aren't going well for us on the ice, or maybe before the game you're dealing with something, or after the game, but just seeing him around and how much joy he brings to our locker room, it's been huge for us. Having him on the bus, the plane, just bringing that energy for us, it's been huge the past 2 years to have him around. Like yesterday, sitting on the bus with him, just kind of hanging out. I think he saw about our restaurant 18 times on the way to dinner. But it's just been super cool to getting to know him, getting to know his family, and seeing it through a different perspective.
Take one more for the players if it's there. All right, guys, thanks so much. You can head back to the locker room. Appreciate it. Questions for Coach. We'll start with Jessie, since I cut her off.
It's been too long since I've gotten to cover Frozen 4. So, Jay, as I had mentioned, obviously Macklin just 17. I know a lot's been made about that, but what have you seen from him as a player from the beginning of the year to now, and just how exciting has it been to watch him?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to coach Macklin. Just even from day one, his maturity, his preparation, his passion for the game. He comes to the rink every day, and you can tell he loves playing the game, and he wants to get better. And forget the talent he has. His talent's off the charts, but his competitiveness is second to none. And that's a pretty good recipe to have. And I'll give you a story. Like the first day of, I guess, training camp for us, he pissed a lot of guys off, but it was because of how competitive he is. He doesn't give anyone an inch, and he's like that every day. And for a 17-year-old to push a group of older players like that, it's pretty impressive, and says a lot about him and about his character and about how much he cares. And that's why he is who he is. And it's been great to have Ryan. He's a great teammate, and he's coachable. He wants to be coached. He wants to be pushed. He wants to learn. And, he's going to be a tremendous player for a long time.
We'll go Sean, then Adam, and then Bell.
Sean David, USCHO. Coach, kind of the same thing I asked Case. What's going to be the key to slowing down Denver and their offense tomorrow night?
Yeah, they're a deep team. We just got to make sure we manage the game. That's always, it's easy to say, but it's true. Like, we got to make sure that we're staying above the puck. We're make sure our reloads are really good. Make sure our gaps are good for our D, so they don't have a lot of time and space. Now, obviously, the Bayum kid's an excellent player. You have to have awareness when he's on the ice. He can make a play happen at any moment with his feet. So we just have to have awareness of who we're out there against, and we just got to make sure that we're on top of our game.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Coach, nowadays players come and go so much more quickly. I mean, Macklin probably a one and done. I mean, let's be serious, right? Back in your day, you were there 4 years. Even Chris Jury was there 4 years. I mean, you had some guys come, but it's much more rare. Do you notice a difference in team building and camaraderie because of that situation? Like, is it harder? Guys aren't there 4 years building that?
Good question. I've only been here 2 years, so I think it's tough for me to answer. I haven't seen it as an issue on our group this year. This is a very, very close group, our team. And like we talked about the brothers, is that part of it? Maybe, but these guys really care about each other. And I think, like, it doesn't matter. Our group, if you're a freshman or a senior or a grad student, these guys treat each other the same, and I think it's really impressive. And maybe it's because Case McCarthy's a grad senior, he's our captain, Gavin McCarthy's a freshman. Does that bridge the gap between the class? It might, but I have not seen it as an issue. Maybe Macklin's one and done, maybe Lane's done. Like, we don't know that yet, but it hasn't affected our group at all from a camaraderie standpoint. It hasn't affected our culture, at least in the short time I've been here. So I think if you bring the right type of player, that's a one and done or a two and done or whatever it may be, if they're the right type of person and they have their feet on the ground when they're here at BU, I think it makes a difference. And we have those type of guys right now, so it hasn't affected us, in my opinion.
To Bell, and then we'll go back and then to Bernie.
Belle Fraser, Boston Hockey Blog. Coach, we saw Doug Grimes on the third line with Zabney and Peterson during practice. Do you expect him to be back in the lineup? And then what does that do with Jeremy Wilmer? Is that an extra forward, or will he be scratched?
That's going to be a game time decision for us. I'm not sure yet. We haven't made a final decision on our lineup. We've looked at some different guys in different spots we've had some time to do that over the last week and a half, but no decisions yet have been made on our lineup.
Back.
Mark Kisler, Denver Gazette. I want to go back to your Mac as a 17-year-old first day of camp. Future top draft picks skill is going to be obvious, and I think everybody with that skill level is probably highly competitive. How unusual is that edge that would actually tick people off in a player?
Yeah, I don't think all the guys have it's just inside him and the way he's wired. I think if you see too a 17-year-old player with that much offensive ability, but if you see him play on the other side of the puck, the defensive side of the puck, there's not a lot of players that young that have that type of skill that are going to be that hard defensively. So I think that says it all about him, that he cares so much on the defensive side. He wants to get the damn puck back. So it's just the way he's wired. So I have not seen a lot of guys with that type of offensive ability at that young an age to be that mature, to care that much about the defensive side of the game.
Bernie?
Jay, back with Men's Health magazine. Brought one of my favorite issues with The Rock. I'll let you read it later back at the hotel. Question, since the game against Minnesota in, where were we? Sioux Falls. Got to think for a minute. I've talked to BU fans from 9 to 90 because that's part of what I do, because I have a very limited life, obviously. Make no apologies for it. That third period against Minnesota, coaches are hard to please by nature. Is that, if you could have drawn it up, was that close to the third period that you'd aspire to in terms of how the Terriers handled that situation to come out of that regional with the win?
Yeah, I was certainly proud of our group the way we handled that third period. You're up by 1 goal going into the third, and you know the other team's going to push. They have to, right, or they're done. And we outshot them. They made some pushes, and when they did, our guys sacrificed themselves to win a hockey game. So I was very, very pleased. And at this point in the season, it can't just come from the coaches. Like I felt it on the bench from our guys that they were going to do anything they could to win that game and keep the lead. And from our goaltender on out, you could feel it, and it was great to see.
Go to Bill.
Belle Fraser, Boston Hockey Blog, just line up again. What do you like about Tuck and Kaplan on the wings if you were to go with that fourth line instead of Peterson?
Yeah, I will say I'm probably going to keep that line together. They've been very good together. They can play against anyone. They're heavy. They're 2 big guys in the wing. Sam Stevens is, one of our most responsible players. So they're a very effective line for us. I mean, yeah, they're listed as a fourth line, but I'm not sure we have a fourth line. We have a lot of depth throughout our lines, and the way they're listed doesn't mean 1, 2, 3, 4. We play our lines pretty evenly, so they're very good at what they do.
Gracie.
Gracie Davenport, Boston Hockey Blog. And then just looking at the third line again, if Doug Grimes does play tomorrow, just what kind of identity does he bring to that line?
Yeah, he brings some size. It's another line where you have Zabane, who has a ton of speed, and then you have 2 big wingers with him to create some space for him. So, Grimes is a big forward. He's long. He skates very well. So it just adds another element of size for our group.
Andrew.
Andrew Mahoney, Boston Globe. A similar question that I had for Case. Just, what is it like with working with team impact and having Logan around the team the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think it's been awesome for our team to have him around. Just the energy he has, the excitement he has every time he's around. It puts things into perspective, like Case said. You're having a bad day, you had a bad game, and then you see him after, and he's always got a smile on his face, and it helps you forget about it a little bit. So I think it makes these guys too grateful for where they're at, and it goes a long way. And their family's been great. It's been great to have them around. So it certainly helps our team, and he's been excellent.
Do you have a question, Dan? Yeah.
Hi, Dan Roach from WBZ. Jay, 2 questions. One, if I could. First of all, what was it like for you guys after the Hockey East championship? Guys said they quickly turned the page because they knew they had to play. But 2 best teams in the country, you had an opportunity to go right and get back here. What was that like for you as a coach?
Yeah, we we're certainly disappointed, but we knew we knew we weren't done. That's for sure. We knew we still had an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament and get back to the Frozen Four. So our guys, they took it upon themselves for, hey, we got to move on. Are we disappointed? Of course. Can we learn from some things that happened in that game? Of course we can. But we had to move on, and because we were playing Thursday. So it was a quick turnaround, which I thought was great for our team. And for us, going on the road, I think it was a good time. Kind of get away from the distractions around Boston and get away from the noise, be together, and go out there and get the job done. And we did that. So it's a credit to our group and the leadership group we have, and a credit to our group for the way they respond to some adversity that we've been through this year, and it hopefully helps us this weekend.
We'll go Bernie and then Gracie.
Jay, Bernie Corbett, GoTerriers.com. You and I were both here 30 years ago. It's nothing to be proud of, the fact that we're both old enough to say that, but the Frozen Four experience for you, 4 times as a player, what it's like now. The hotel has been renovated. This is the same hotel, by the way. I found that out this morning. But just what the experience is like then and now to be part of a Frozen Four, now as a coach, then as a player.
Just grateful to be back here as a coach. Grateful for the opportunity I had when I played at Boston University, playing for Jack Parker, playing with a lot of very good players, a lot of competitive players, a lot of high character players, and we had some great teams. And in saying that, when you're here, it's very difficult to win. You know, this is 6th time, but the 5 times I went before, I only won 1 time. Like, so it's very hard to win this tournament. The margin for error is very slim. You know, the biggest thing is you can't beat yourself. Like that's part of it. You got to limit your mistakes. Discipline's a factor. All these little things that add up over the course of a game are really important. And that's what I learned from my experience here. And you know, it's very tough to win, but you got to have the mindset that you believe you can. So that's how we're going into this year.
And then Gracie Davenport, Boston Hockey Blog. Jay, you mentioned you played in those Frozen Fours as a player, so just how impactful is this experience for these young players in their careers?
I think it's great to be on this stage. I think guys come to BU to expect to have this opportunity, so it's a credit to them to get here. But this is a great stepping stone for these guys to play in this environment. And it's different than if you're going to play in the National Hockey League. You go to the playoffs, you got 7-game series. In this environment, you have 1 game. It's one and done. So that's high pressure, and it can help you grow as a person and as a player.
Dan?
Dan Roach from WBZ. Speaking with Shane LaChance for a few minutes, I'm sure you've been asked this many, many times, but he seems to be a kid that's embraced the lineage in his family. What's that been like for you to watch as he goes about his business and seemingly gets better and better?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun coaching Shane. I know his family very well, beyond Jack and his mom. I know his dad very well. I roomed with his uncle for 4 years at BU, so the history is there. Shane's a Terrier through and through. Like, he grew up watching it, being there, being part of it. He takes so much pride and cares so much when he puts that jersey on. Like, he's a leader on our team as a freshman, and he has so much respect for the program. I think the players feel that. They have so much respect for him. He's not afraid, even though he's a freshman, he speaks up as much as anyone because he knows, what it means to people that care about this Terrier program. And I can't say enough good things about Shane LaChance. He's been awesome for us. He's continued to grow his game over the course of the year. He knows who he is as a player. He's very comfortable in our room. Just there's a lot of things that go unnoticed about Shane LaChance. He means so much to our team.